Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Subscriber Education Platform, mobishaala.com. My name is Gaurav Gupta. I'm your faculty for geography. I hope everyone is fit and fine and you are doing well in your studies. So, in the last session, we have discussed about the mountain ranges of Himalayas. So, we have seen the ranges of Trans Himalaya, which are known as Karakoram Range, Ladakh Range, Jaskar Range. Then we have seen the range of Greater Himalaya, which is also known as Himadri. Then we have seen the range of Himachal Himalaya, and then outer Himalaya or the Shivalik. So now let us discuss about the significance of the Himalayas and how the Himalayas are significant to us. So basically, if you observe the map of India, so if you observe the map of India, so in the northern side, we have the presence of these mighty Himalayas, and these Himalayas are acting as a natural barrier against our neighboring countries. So we have very good neighbors, like we have a very good neighbor known as Pakistan. We have a very good neighbor known as China. So at least at this front, these Himalayan ranges, they are protecting us from the neighboring countries. They are acting as a natural soldier, as a natural guard. Second thing, from the Central Asian region, there blows a very cold and chilled wind, which is known as cold Siberian wind. Cold Siberian wind. So these are extremely cold winds. So it is just because of Himalayas that these winds, they are not able to reach India. Otherwise, the climatic conditions over India would have been different from what we have seen right now. So basically, these cold Siberian winds, they get obstructed because of the Himalayas and they are not able to reach Indian region. Similarly, the rivers which are originating from Himalayan region. Okay, so these rivers, they have brought down lots of sediment into the plain region, and it has developed a very vast fertile region which is known as the Great Northern Plains. So these northern plains, they are here just because of the availability of Himalayas, because the rivers which are flowing down, so they have highly eroded these mountains. Since these mountains, sorry, since these mountains, they are formed from various kinds of rocks, and these rocks, these are what? These are the aggregate of minerals. So basically, these rocks have been eroded by the flowing rivers, and they have carried down lots of sediment down into this region, and they have deposited this sediment in the form of a vast plain, which is known as Great Northern Plains. This plain is basically having deposits of alluvial soil, and for your kind information, alluvial soil is the most fertile soil in India. So yes, we can say that the Great Northern Plains are the resultant of the deposition of the eroded material of Himalayas. The next thing, like these rivers of the Himalaya, they are also a very important source for generating hydroelectricity. Take the example of Dulhasti project, Nashpa Jakhdi project, then Salal project, then Tihri Dam. So these are some of the mightiest, some of the largest dams which are contributing in a huge manner in generating or fulfilling the energy needs of the country. The next, these mountain ranges, they are known for their flora and fauna. They are highly biodiverse rich regions. In the entire world, there are 36 biodiversity hotspots. Out of those 36 biodiversity hotspots, 4 alone are located in India. Yes, we should be proud for this thing. So 4 alone are located in India. And out of these 4 biodiversity hotspots, one is the Himalayan region, second one is the Western Ghat region, third one is the Northeastern region, and fourth one is the Andaman and Nicobar region. So basically, these regions, they are also a very rich region of biodiversity hotspot. As far as the flora of this region is concerned, so around 65% vegetation, 65% Himalayan vegetation, they are of medicinal importance. They have some medicinal use, including the treatment of malaria, including the treatment of some severe diseases as well. So these vegetations, they have some medicinal importance also. How much? Almost 65%. Apart from this, these regions are famous for their recreational centers. For example, they have lots of important religious centers like Vaishno Devi, Hemkund Sahib, Manikaran. In the same way, they are famous for their tourist hill stations like Gulmarg, Sonmarg, Shimla, Kullu, Manali, and lots more. So they have their recreational importance also. This you can also mention. So they are rich as a biodiversity hotspot. They have very rich flora species. At the same time, you may have read the newspaper recently. So in the Jammu division, we have found in the district of Riyasi. In the district of Riyasi, we have recently found huge reserve of lithium. Huge reserve of lithium. It is estimated to be around 5.9 million tons. So in future, it will act as a boon for the electric vehicle industry, which is emerging, which is developing in India. Because in electric vehicles, the battery which we are using, it is majorly based on lithium ion only. And majority of lithium we have to import from other countries. But now, we itself have found the second most largest reserve of the entire world in our own country. The largest one is in Chile. So we have the 5.9 million ton reserve of lithium, which is located in Riyasi district, near Kathua, not near Kathua, near Katra basically, near Katra in the Jammu division. So these are some of the importance. These are some of the significance related to Himalaya, which you should be knowing. Then now let us come to the next important landmass, that is the Peninsular India. Yes, Peninsular India is also a very important region. Let us have a quick look on the Peninsular region. So basically, Peninsular region is the oldest landmass of India. It is the oldest landmass of India. It was the part of Gondwana land. It was the part of Gondwana land, and it is the oldest landmass of India. And like the Himalayan region, it is a rich biodiverse region. In the same way, this Peninsular India, it is rich as a mineral rich region. It is a mineral rich region basically. It is having various important features. Let us have a quick look on that. So it is having a highly eroded and scattered range, which is known as Aravali, So Aravali mountain range, it is one of the oldest mountain range of the world. It is one of the oldest mountain range of the world. It is highly scattered, highly eroded. It is an example of relict mountain. Relict mountain is a mountain which is something left after a large scale erosion. So these are the example of eroded mountain ranges. These ranges, This particular range, it is extended from Gujarat region up to Rajasthan, Haryana, and Delhi. The South Delhi region, the JNU region, they are having some remnants of the Aravalli. So it is extended over 3 states on one UT: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, and Delhi. So it is having some important places like Mount Abu, Nakki Lake, and it is also having some rich mines of marbles as well as copper. For example, Khetri copper mine. It is one of the largest copper mine in India. It is also located here only. From this mountain range, there emerge a very important river which is known as, from this mountain range, there emerge a very important river which is known as Luni. The Luni is an important river which is originating from this mountain range. And Luni is something which is the best example of a endoric river. Now, what is this endoric river? Endoric river means the inland river. That is, this river is not draining its water into any sea, or in simple words, this river is not falling into any sea or ocean. Rather, after entering into the run of Kutch region here, this river completely vanishes. Maybe it is flowing through a blind valley. So basically, Luni is an example of inland drainage system. It can also be referred as endoric river. So Luni is originating somewhere from Ajmer. Near Ajmer, there is a mountain which is known as Nag Pahad. In Nag Pahad, there is a lake which is known as Ansagar Lake. So Luni is basically originating from there only. Then in between this side, we have an interstate plateau region which is known as Malwa Plateau. So this is a Malwa Plateau. So Malwa Plateau is mainly formed from sedimentary rocks. It is mainly composed from sedimentary rocks, and this plateau has been highly eroded by the Chambal River, Banas River, and its tributaries. So the Chambal River has highly eroded this particular plateau, and it has developed some features which are known as ravines. Like this. So these ravines, in Hindi they are called बीहड़. आपने सुना होगा चंबल के डाकू बीहड़. कुछ मूवीज वगैरह भी आई हुई हैं उस पे. So these ravines in Hindi they are referred as बीहड़. These are also known as bad land topography. These are also known as bad land topography. So it's an interstate plateau located between the states of Rajasthan, MP, and Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, MP, and UP. Next, in the eastern side, there is a plateau which is known as Chota Nagpur Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau. So guys, Chota Nagpur Plateau, it is known as the mineral heart of India. Okay, Chota Nagpur Plateau, it is known as mineral heart of India, and Aravalli, it is known as the Museum of Minerals. Museum of Minerals. Chota Nagpur Plateau, it is known as mineral heart of India. So Chota Nagpur Plateau is basically known for its coal deposits, and it is highly an industrialized region, particularly the Jamshedpur Industrial Complex region. So basically, It is particularly famous for coal, and coal is also referred as black gold in this region. So it is highly industrialized. It is highly an industrialized region. These regions, these industrial regions, they are also known as the Ruhr of India. They are also known as Ruhr of India. For example, majority of the maximum part of Jharkhand is basically located on Chota Nagpur Plateau. Since you may be already knowing this thing that the first plant of the steel established by Tata was in Jamshedpur. So you may be asked a question that why Tata has chosen Jamshedpur to establish their steel industry. They could have established their steel plant in Patna. They could have established their steel plant in Delhi or somewhere else. Why they have chosen Jamshedpur? So the reason is that the iron and steel industry, it is based on two types of raw materials. Two raw materials basically. One is the coal and another one is the iron and steel. Or iron ore. So it is based on two types of raw materials. One is the coal and another one is the iron ore. So what happens? Both of these raw materials, they are heavy weight raw materials, and the final product's weight will be lesser as compared to the collective weight of the raw material. So it is highly advisable that whenever if there is a case where the weight of the final product is less as compared to the collective weight of raw material, then in that case the industry should be located within the raw material source. Within the raw material source. So iron and steel industry, it is based on two raw materials. It is dependent on two raw materials. One is the coal and another one is the iron ore, hematite. The surrounding regions, they are known for their iron ore reserves. So basically, first thing is, like, the industry has to be located within the raw material source. So this Chota Nagpur Plateau region, it is having one of the largest coal mines of the world. For example, Raniganj, Jharia, Bokaro. These are some of the prominent coal mines of the world. And these are located within the vicinity, within the region. Then second thing, iron and steel industry, it also requires a sustained supply of water. Sustained supply of water. So this region is drained by Suvarnrekha river. This region is drained by Suvarnrekha river. This is another added advantage. Then third, that this region is located on Delhi-Kolkata railway line and Mumbai-Kolkata railway line. So basically it is having very good internal connectivity by the rail links. So the final product as well as the raw material, it can be supplied easily by these domestic transport. Then nearby we have a port which is known as Paradip. So Paradip port is particularly famous for the export of final iron only. And this particular port is exporting all this material directly to Japan. So we are exporting iron to Japan, and what they are doing, they are making this they are making that product into they are converting that product into stainless steel. So basically it is having good connectivity with domestic market also, and it is having good connectivity with the international market also. This is another added advantage. Then these regions, they are the tribal regions. So obviously people will be needing some job, some work also. So choosing this particular location ensures that there is sustained supply of laborers. There is sustained supply of workers. That is another added advantage. The next thing is, like Next advantage is ki like already it is having a workforce, it is having laborers, so it is a there is a sustained supply of all these things. Then another thing which industry needs is electricity. So the cheap and sustained electricity has been provided by DVC, Damodar Valley Corporation. Damodar Valley Corporation. So the factors which have played a very pivotal role in the development of this particular region into a major industrial hub are quite similar for the region, for the development of the region which is located in Germany, which is known as Ruhr. Like in Germany, there is a region which is known as Ruhr. So that Ruhr region is also famous for coal mines. The surrounding regions are famous as iron ore mines. That region is also drained by a river which is known as Rhine. That is also a major iron and steel industrial center. And similarly, it has been provided electricity by TVC, Tennessee Valley Corporation. So the factors are quite common, quite similar. That's why this particular region is known as the Ruhr of India. I hope it is clear to everyone. So in Chota Nagpur Plateau region, the eastern section, this eastern section is basically known as the Raj Mahal Hills. And in these Raj Mahal Hills, their highest peak is Parasnath. Their highest peak is Parasnath. If you talk about Aravalli mountain range, so its highest peak is Guru Shikhar. Then going to the next thing, here we have the Vindhya range, and then we have the Satpura range. Between them, there is a river which flows, which is known as Narmada, originating from the Amarkantak Plateau region. Amarkantak is mainly located in the Chhattisgarh region. Okay. So there is a river which is known as Narmada, which is flowing between between Vindhya and Satpura mountains. So these are basically block mountains, and between them we have a rift valley through which Narmada river is flowing. So yes, you can say that the Narmada river, it flows through a rift valley. It flows through a rift valley. Is there any question which you want to ask? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है यहाँ पर? Is there any question which anyone want to ask here? Okay, fine. The next, here we have the Western Ghats. This side we have the Eastern Ghats, and at the center, here we have the Deccan Plateau. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Deccan Plateau. So Western Ghats. So Western Ghats, they are extended over 6 states in India. Yeah, 6 states. We can name them. So starting from the south of Tapi, this another river which is originating from Multai district of Multai region, okay, of Madhya Pradesh. So this river is known as Tapi. So immediate to the next, immediate south of the Tapi, we have the startings of the Western Ghats. So Western Ghats, they are spread over 6 states: Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. So they are extended over 6 states. And the highest peak of Western Ghat is Anaimudi. Its highest peak is Anaimudi, and these are also known as Sahyadri, Western Ghats. Particularly in the sections of Maharashtra, Goa, they are commonly referred as Sahyadri. Next important thing is like it is a major biodiversity hotspot. Yes, it's a major biodiversity hotspot. It's it is home to several endemic species. Here you can find some of the prominent species like loin-tailed macaw. Here you can find a flying squirrel, and here you will also find a very special kind of flower which is known as Nilkrunji flower. So basically, here somewhere here we have the Nilgiri Hills. So Nilgiri Hills, they are the meeting point. They are the meeting point of Western Ghat and Eastern Ghats. And Nilgiri Hills, how they have derived this name? Because these hills, they are dominated by a particular kind of species of flower which is known as Nilkrunji. The specialty about this flower is that it blossoms once in 12 years. Yes, it blossoms once in 12 years. Recently, it has blossomed last year. So it has attracted lakhs of tourists from around the region towards it. So Nilkrunji flower. So these are the endemic species of Western Ghats. Next important point which you should keep in your mind is that the meeting point of Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat is Nilgiri Hills. Nilgiri Hills, they are located on 3 states: Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka. And another important thing is that this region, it has also, excuse me, so it has also faced the threat of encroachment, threat of destruction, environmental degradation, and for their safeguard, for their protection, government has formed a committee which was known as Madhav Gadgil Committee in 2011. And to study the report of Madhav Gadgil Committee in 2013, again they have formed a panel which is known as Kasturi Rangan Panel. So this Gadgil Committee as well as Kasturi Rangan Panel, they both are related to the this Western Ghat region. So they have given certain recommendations to identify the eco-sensitive zones. And as per their recommendation, at present 37% part of the Western Ghat, it has been categorized as the eco-sensitive zone. Now let us move to the next thing, that is the Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats are also very old mountain ranges. Their origin can be traced back into the Precambrian period, near about to the age of the near about to the formation period of Aravalli ranges. Since they are they are very old mountain ranges, so these mountain ranges have been highly eroded by the rivers which are originating from Western Ghats of India. If you see here that the rivers, they originate from Western Ghats, but they flow towards the Bay of Bengal. Why? Because the slope of India is from west to east. That means this part is quite uplifted, this part is quite submerged. So their slope is from west towards east. That's why in India we have seen that majority of the peninsular rivers, they are draining their water into the Bay of Bengal region. The next, these ranges are highly broken. These are highly scattered, extending from Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. Some of the prominent peaks of this particular section are like Mahendragiri, Chindagada, then Devamali Hills, Nallamalai Hills, Javedi Hills, Chevroy Hills. So these are some of the prominent hill ranges of this particular section. Particularly, this section is famous for their red centers. Yes, Lal Chandan, yaad aa gaya hoga. Yes, Pushpa. So basically, Tamil Nadu region, it is famous for its red centers, and it is also famous for their jackfruits. Jackfruit मतलब कटहल हो गया basically. Okay. So it is famous for their jackfruits as well. Apart from this, the grasslands which are found in the upper reaches of these mountains, they are referred as Shola forest. So keep in mind that Shola forest, they are also found in the Eastern Ghat region. Then let us come to the Deccan Trap region, this particular region. So it can be further subclassified as the Maharashtra Plateau, the Karnataka Plateau, and the Telangana Plateau. Telangana Plateau, Karnataka Plateau, and the Maharashtra Plateau. So it is also known as Deccan Trap. This region has a specialty that it is having a layer of around 2,134 meter thick. It is having 2,134 meter thick layer of lava. This lava, it has got disintegrated, it has got decomposed to form a soil which is known as black soil. So this region is having dominance of black soil. Black soil is particularly suitable for the cultivation of cotton. It is also known as cotton soil. It is locally also known as regur and regedi. At the same time, this black soil is also famous, or rather we can say that it is getting famous for the cultivation of sugarcane. You may get questioned that why the sugarcane industry or the sugar mills of North India, they are migrating towards South India. Why they are shutting down their operations in North India and they are moving towards the South India? Well, the basic reason is that the per unit productivity in South India is quite higher as compared to North India. In simple words, if we are growing sugarcane on 100-acre land in North India and 100-acre land in South India, so we'll be getting more output in South India as compared to North India. This is primarily for the reason that the South India, majority of the South India is located to the south of the Tropic of Cancer. In simple words, it is lying in the tropical region. The tropical regions, they have comparatively high moisture in their high moisture or high humidity in their atmosphere, in their air. And sugarcane is also a tropical crop. So when it is located, when it is growing, it is getting grown in the humid region. So it will be having more sucrose content. That is, it will be having more juice. And it is having more sucrose content, more juice. So obviously it will be, producing more sugar also, the final product. This is the reason that sugarcane producer. So UP is still a leading producer in sugarcane. But at the same time, Maharashtra is the leading producer of sugar. Then, now the question arises that in South India, nowhere else we are able to locate any volcano. Do we have any volcano in South India? No, we don't have any volcano in South India. So when we are not having any volcano in South India, then how come this thick layer, that is 2,134 meter thick layer of lava, got deposited on this region? What is the source of this lava? Well, the answer is that when Indian landmass, I told you that there was a Pangea, it broke into two parts. The northern part was known as Laurasia or Angara land, and the southern part, it was known as Gondwana land. So India was basically part of Gondwana land. When it got struck off from the Gondwana land and started moving towards the Laurasia, then it came into contact with a volcanic hotspot which is known as Reunion volcanic hotspot near Madagascar. It stayed there for many years, and finally from this volcano, from this volcanic hotspot, that is Reunion volcanic hotspot, around 22 times lava eruption got occurred on this region. Since this eruption, this volcanic material which was coming out from this Reunion volcanic hotspot, it was very thin in nature. It was highly fluidic. It was a basaltic lava. So it spread over a larger area of the Deccan Plateau. That's why we have a presence of a thick layer of lava in this region. And black soil, this black soil has been formed from the disintegration of the igneous rock, which itself got formed from the lava. I hope it is clear to everyone. So this is how we are discussing about the peninsular plateau regions. One more thing need to be discussed here. Like in this region, we have a plateau which is known as Shillong Plateau or the Meghalaya Plateau. So here we have the Rajmahal Hills, here we have the Garo Hills. So do you remember this thing that this plateau is also a part of, it was also part of Chota Nagpur Plateau. Basically, it was the part of Rajmahal Hills. But because of the fracture, because of the fault, is a fault line here which is known as Malda Gap or Dauki fault line. So because of the fault of the gap, it has got separated from this region, but technically it is the part of peninsular India. In 2013 UPSC paper also, the question has been asked that Garo Hills was the part of, it was the part of Rajmahal Hills. So guys, I hope you like this session well. If you have any query, any doubt, you can message on the given numbers. Thank you for watching this session. We'll be meeting you soon in the next session soon. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.